Part of me wishes it was bad because I did have a decent pun planned for it.
Oh, yeah? You just go, use it.
Yeah, I was going to open with, gee, was that Wonder Woman or Blunder Woman?
Ah!
But I guess I used it anyway. Go on.
No, it was not Blunder Woman. It was definitely Wonder Woman.
I guess I'll kick it off with something we're both thinking.
Yes.
Oh shit, a good DC movie.
Yes, it finally happened.
Well, now. We're 2 for 2 this year.
Good live-action DC movie. Not only was that movie not terrible, but it was pretty damn good.
I hate that we have to make that classification for DC
that's the bar, folks.
Yep.
So I'd been pretty worried about this movie. I know you had as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
right.
The whole production cycle, I was just worried, it's a DC movie. All the other ones have been terrible.
Yeah.
This one's going to be terrible, but what's going to happen is everyone's going to blame sexism on it. Everyone's saying it was terrible. It's going to be Ghostbusters all over again. Thankfully, that didn't happen. The movie was pretty great.
Maybe one of my favorite superhero movies now. Top 10, top 15. Definitely in, this era of superhero movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Really, the first 2 acts were on par with any Marvel superhero movie. I feel like I have to specify Marvel, which is kind of shameful.
I did spend most of the movie thinking that it really felt a lot more like an MCU movie than a DCEU movie, but now after the fact, I can't decide whether it actually did or if I just felt that way because it was good.
Burn! 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 Burn!
That's hilarious and kind of sad. That's a good point, though.
It doesn't feel anything like Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman.
Right. Or even Dark Knight or anything.
No. It was basically a combination of the first Thor movie and the first Captain America movie.
Oh, okay.
I
see what you're saying. Okay.
So it's what if Thor was in the first Captain America movie, basically.
Okay. I thought the humor was on point.
Oh, yes. The humor was great.
So good, especially the opening.
And it didn't overstay its welcome.
Yes.
Like it does in a few of those Marvel movies.
One of my probably top 5 superhero action sequences was in,
when she pops into the thing and is taking out all
the village?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole village sequence was amazing.
That was great.
Yeah. And I love, the cleverness in it as well. It referenced back the first battle sequence on the beach. Where they had first of all, that sequence was awesome.
That was
I love
cool,
the archery and the cavalry charge. That stuff was great. But then the whole shield maneuver where one hops off the other's shield and gets an awesome move in. And then Dude McGee learns that that's a thing that she can do, and then they do it. I thought that was amazing. I love that kind of action because we see so much of the typical stuff. But on that note, it nicely showed the brutality of the war without having to rely on a sequence like we got in, Saving Private Ryan. And I know it's a different war.
That would have been very strange.
In a PG-13 movie. No, but you know what I mean. We saw some of the brutality, and we could see it through Diana's eyes or Wonder Woman's eyes, and kind of get that's how terrible it was. I thought that was nicely done. I liked the angle on PTSD because this is the war where PTSD kind of gets discovered, if we can call it that.
They've called it shell shock.
Shell shock, yeah.
Knock, knock, you about to get shell shocked.
Third act was just cheesy. It was, the twist was super predictable.
All right.
And the final battle was lackluster and typical. Boringly typical.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. I feel like the earlier battles, they had some cleverness in them. There was a little bit of, dodging and weaving.
The choreography was great.
The choreography was beautiful. I have not smiled during a superhero action sequence in a while. And when she was taking out the village in, that second act, I was ear-to-ear grin. I thought it was amazingly choreographed. I was super happy with it.
It was a really great sequence.
Good. And it made her feel like a badass, as she should. And again, it was clever. A little bit of stupid, lifting tanks and stuff I could do without. I've seen enough of that.
Really?
It's just...
I felt that it was... that part of it was pretty good because there wasn't a whole lot of that kind of stuff. And as much as I am loath to to admit it, this does take place in continuity with Batman vs. Superman.
It is
where
true.
she's just throwing motherfuckers around like it's nothing.
That's
and,
true.
You know,
I guess I can concede that, but it felt out of I'm going to call the rest of the action pretty grounded, all things considered. Like when she lifts her shield and her vambraces to protect herself, and then she lifts a tank. It was weird, but still amazing, still awesome. And I just love the cleverness and like the shield maneuver and the weird, archery stuff at the beginning that was all kind of, I don't want to call it tactical, because it wasn't really, but it was clever.
Yeah.
And then the last
act...
It was
neatly choreographed.
And the last act was just two people punching each other.
Yeah, I mean...
I've seen it before.
That's true.
I've seen it before in every superhero movie, almost. And so, that was a little unfortunate. But still, the relationship between Dude McGee and...
Steve Trevor, come on.
Steve Trevor, thank
He's
you.
a super important comic book character.
I apologize.
I actually don't. I don't know anything about DC.
Fair enough. Except their movies have sucked recently. Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman's characters make a great pair.
Oh yeah, they were adorable.
Yeah, and I don't just mean as a couple.
I think every time they did anything cute on screen, my wife went,
"Aww." I'm not surprised. But I did think some of the dialogue was a little cheesy at times. Diana's lack of belief at how horrible the world is was a little overdone. And then they just...
It was a little bit, hitting you over the head with it.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind it.
Really?
No.
Oh, it started to really annoy me. I'm like, yo, don't you get it yet? And I understand that the character doesn't get it yet, but as a viewer, I was just like,
she really should at this point.
Yeah, and even if she's really that young, dumb, and naive, which is acceptable as a part of her character arc.
Right.
Sidebar, there was a character arc in this movie.
There was a character arc, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good character arc, but... Besides the point, I just feel like they could have made her incredulousness a bit shorter at the end, and it would have the same impact of, like, I get it, she still doesn't get it.
The acting was pretty solid all across the board.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Gal Gadot.
The Gadot can be better.
Gadot.
Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
More T at the end.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
Yeah.
Gadot.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot was great. No, she actually was. She was really good. So was Robin Wright, although she's really not in too much of the movie, but I did like her a lot. Professor Lupin from Harry Potter was great as well. I'm sorry, I don't know the actor's name. Professor Lupin, he was great. This is also easily the best performance I've ever seen Chris Pine give. And I'll admit I haven't seen everything he's done, but...
Chris Pine is Dude McGee.
Yes, Dude McGee. Captain Kirk. New Captain Kirk.
Yeah, he was good. He played his
he
played his role well. The sidekicks as well, they were nice. They were charming in their own way.
Yes.
They each brought their own little thing.
And you know what? I actually really liked the secretary character.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting to. I thought she was going to be annoying.
Please put the sword down.
It doesn't go with the outfit.
At all.
I really like her.
Fantastic. Ladies, after you.
I do. I like her.
But she really wasn't.
She was great. She was, again, didn't overstay her welcome.
Yes.
It was so well done in this movie.
She was used just enough, and then she went away. She wasn't Kat Dennings from the Thor movies.
Yes.
Is there a point to all this?
Again, just good acting across the board.
Yeah. It actually did have one problem for me that I also had with Captain America.
Yeah.
In that none of the people in the movie feel like people that were in World War I. They all feel like people in costumes pretending to be in World War I. Just in the way people act generally and how they talk to one another. They all talk completely modernly. And I
get what you're saying. It kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. Yeah, totally.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, that's not a person in World War I.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge problem, though. I did really like the moral of the story, so to speak, which is that when it comes to most of the world's major problems, there really isn't a black and white answer or side to things. It's really mostly gray. And I think that's a particularly poignant message in today's political climate, especially on the internet.
I will,
which is where most of the discussion of this movie is going to be coming from.
Taking place, yeah.
And actually, to that point, I did really like that they used World War I rather than World War II to illustrate moral ambiguity.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot less moral ambiguity in World War II.
I did like, though, that in some ways, it was a very interesting critique of human indoctrination. I hate to use that word, but Wonder Woman was told, we're the good guys, they're the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
And she
literally left her bubble.
Yeah. But that was all she knew. No other explanation needed. Yeah. Which is also it could be seen as an interesting critique.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Overall, it was a good movie.
Yes.
And some might even call it marvelous.
No, it was DCEU-less.
Dickless.
Dickless? Yeah, I mean, it was dickless. Technically speaking.
No, it was a wonderful movie.
Yes, it was a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
So you recommend?
Yeah.
Sounds like you recommend.
I would definitely recommend the movie. I guess you would
here.
too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Go see it. Don't see it in 3D, but go see it in the theater. Absolutely.
3D was useless, but definitely a theatrical movie. It's got beautiful shots, and it's the first new DC movie bar Lego Batman that I want to own.
Yeah. I could see myself watching that again on occasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not a daily watch like The Departed.
Daily watch. Thank you very much for watching Bull Session.
Bull Session. That was
there anything I forgot?
No, I don't think there's anything I forgot. I was actually waving my hand to say, you ready to do the outro?
Okay, yeah, no, I thought you were telling me I forgot something.
Nope.
Thank you very much for watching Bull Session. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment and watch these other videos. And we'll see you next week, maybe. The Mummy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about the Mummy. Week after, though.
Maybe. Yeah, week after for sure.